Lifelong New Yorkers suffering under lockdowns here in New York City and New York State, unreasonable restrictions and economic turmoil, are fleeing this state for the Sunshine State. And why wouldn't you? You just saw Janice's forecast. According to a new op-ed in the New York Post, there's good reason, arguing Florida's approach is putting the Empire State to shame. Our next guest lived in New York City for over a decade before moving to Florida in March of last year. Joining us right now, chief economist and real estate salesperson for Nest Seekers International, Erin Sykes joins us. Erin, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Okay, let's go back to the beginning of the pandemic. Where were you?
I had actually already decided to move to Florida during 2019, late 2019. That's when I started my transition down, and my anticipation was to be about 70% in Florida and 30% in Manhattan. But then everything just got accelerated come March, and I just said, I'm staying put. This is where I want to be right now.
Absolutely, and you're not alone. You know, to be in your business is great because real estate, the values are going up in Florida and a lot of other places where big places like New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, the real estate prices not going up. But part of it has to do with just, Carol Markowitz at the New York Post wrote an op-ed that appeared a day or two ago and talked about how, when she went down to Palm Beach and she had heard, the thing about Florida is nobody wears a mask. And she gets there and she realizes everybody's wearing a mask except when you're outside.
Exactly. And that we have so many misnomers floating around. People are very safe here. We have ample free COVID testing. We have on-point distribution of the vaccine. So we have businesses open and we have a beautiful indoor-outdoor lifestyle.
Absolutely. So you've got restaurants, I believe, are full capacity here in New York. It's, off and on. Sometimes it's open, sometimes it's closed. When it comes to school, all the school districts in Florida are wide open. Meanwhile, here in New York, it's based on the infection rate. How many people, as you look at this graphic right here, for instance, and then lower left-hand corner, mask and face covering. In Florida, it's recommended. In New York, it's required. And you look at the number of vaccines, Florida is actually outpacing New York. But New York is outpacing Florida in the number of deaths. I think close to 40,000 people have died in New York and 22,000 in Florida, which is a terrible number. But nonetheless, the way these two states are handling it are completely different.
Absolutely. And what we have here is the ability to earn a living and to not default on your financial obligations. Like we're seeing so many New Yorkers not paying their rent and landlords not being able to get them out because of the virus. So I think that it just doesn't make any sense how the story has been told, where we really are safe down here.
Right.
We're paying attention to guidelines, but we're also supporting our neighbors. And I think that's the main attraction to so many people coming out of New York and coming out of California, is that you can continue to live your life in a safe manner, but also be financially stable during this difficult time.
Erin Sykes, we thank you very much. Great.
Thank you.